Once upon a time, there was a widow who had 2 daughters. She and her elder daughter resembled each other so closely in appearance and character that when you saw the daughter, you would have said that it was the mother. They were both so disagreeable and proud that they were impossible to live with. The younger of the daughters, who for gentleness and good manners was the image of her father, was also as beautiful a girl as you could wish to see. Since like attracts like, the mother was excessively fond of the elder daughter and had a terrible aversion for the younger. She made her eat in the kitchen and work all the time. The poor child was obliged to go a good half-league from the house twice a day to fetch water and bring back a great big ewer filled to the top. One day, when she was at the spring, a poor woman came up to her and asked if she could have a drink. "Of course you can, good mother," said this pretty girl, and she rinsed out the ewer, went to fill it at the best spot along the stream, and offered it to the old woman, holding it so that she could drink more easily. When she had had her drink, the good woman said to her, "You are so fair of face, so good-natured, and so considerate, that I cannot do otherwise than give you a gift." For she was a fairy who had put on the shape of a poor old village woman in order to see how far the young girl's kindness and politeness would go. The fairy continued, "The gift that I give you is this. At every word that you speak from your mouth, a flower will come, or else a precious stone. When the beautiful daughter arrived home, her mother scolded her for coming back so late from the spring. "I beg your pardon, mother, for having taken so long," said the poor girl. And as she spoke, from her mouth came 2 roses, 2 pearls, and 2 great diamonds. "What's this?" exclaimed her mother in astonishment. "I do believe that those are pearls and diamonds coming from her mouth. How can that be, daughter?" Which was the first time she had ever called the girl daughter. The poor child told her exactly what had happened, producing huge quantities of diamonds as she did so. "Really, I must send the other daughter," said the mother. "Come along, Florrie. Look at what has come from your sister's mouth when she speaks. Wouldn't you like to have the same gift? All you have to do is go and get some water from the spring, and when a poor woman asks for some water to drink, give her some nicely." "Not likely," said the bad-mannered girl. "That would be a fine sight, me going to that spring." "You'll go at once," said the mother, "and that's an order." So she went, but grumbling all the time. She took the finest silver jug that there was in the house. As soon as she had arrived at the spring, she saw a lady magnificently dressed, approaching from the wood, who came up and asked for a drink. She was the fairy who had appeared to her sister, but she had made herself look and dress like a princess, so as to see how far the daughter's rudeness would go. "Do you think I've come here just to give you a drink?" said this proud, rude girl. "I'm supposed to have bought a silver jug on purpose, am I? For Madam to drink from. As far as I'm concerned, you can drink straight out of the stream if you want." "That is not very polite," said the fairy, without getting angry. "Very well then, since you are so disobliging, the gift that I give you is this. At every word you say, a toad or a viper will come out of your mouth." As soon as her mother saw her, she cried out, "Well, daughter? Well, mother?" said the rude girl, and spat out 2 vipers and 2 toads. "Oh heavens!" exclaimed the mother. "What's happened? This is all because of her sister. I'll see she pays for it." And she rushed off at once to give her a beating. The poor child ran away and escaped into the forest nearby. The king's son, who was on his way back from hunting, met her there, and seeing how beautiful she was, he asked her what she was doing all alone, and what had made her cry. "Alas, sir, it was my mother who chased me out of the house." The king's son, seeing 5 or 6 pearls and as many diamonds coming from her mouth, asked her to explain how this could be. She told him the whole story. The king's son fell in love with her, and considering that the gift she had was worth more than any dowry that another girl could have, he took her back to his father's palace, where he married her. As for her sister, she made herself so hateful that her own mother chased her out of the house, and the wretched girl, after a long time going from place to place, without finding anyone to take her in, went off to die at the edge of a wood.